Hey, everyone.
Hi, everyone. This is Sina from SprintRay Product Management.
And my name is Mark Lorick. I'm also a product manager here at SprintRay. Welcome back to the Midas Livestream. We're here to give you some new announcements and some, run through on features and, workflows and ways to use your Midas.
We're going to be doing more of these Midas Lives to connect with our community, understand what you guys need, answer your questions. We're going to have another one of these next week, same time with Mina, our clinical director. Is going to be covering the workflows, cementation protocols, glazing, finishing, and join us next week. Should we get started?
Yeah, let's do it. So I think the first thing that we should do is just run through a couple cases on Studio. That's the design software that is included with your Midas. So we'll go over to the SprintRay dashboard. Let me change my screen. So if you, I'll actually just go through the login process again here. Let's see. So nice and easy, just log in. Once you've logged into the dashboard, let's get this out of here. Click on Studio up here on the nav bar. And we're going to click the big red button, nice and easy. I'll just pick an existing patient, sure. And let's do a crown. Sure, grab a couple of these. We just added upper and lower file detection, so I can drag in both scans at the same time. No more hunting around. We've got a 230 here. And we'll wait for the margin. We've got a number of improvements to the margin, both for inlay and for crown. It's just getting faster and faster and better and better. As time goes on, it'll just keep improving. So thank you for your usage. It definitely helps us, and your feedback as well. Let's see.
If you guys have any questions, feel free to enter it in the chat. I'm monitoring the chat, and we'll be asking the questions from Mark and answer them.
Anyone know what they are showing? Asks Ryan. Yeah. So we're just showing some design, both like self-serve design as well as ordering designs through Cloud Design. I don't know if we're showing anything else yet. So margin came in. This is really good. Just do a couple slight edits here. You can drag to move the control points. You can add, remove. Honestly, this is pretty good. I'm not going to make much of a change here. So now that we have the margin, it's taking that margin and it's going to generate the crown from that. While this is loading, let's go ahead and start an inlay. Cool. So same process, nice and easy. Pick the treatment type, upload the scans, and pick the tooth number, and we're just waiting for the margin. I'm going to hop back over to that crown case. Nice. Cool. Okay. So we have our crown. I'm assuming these lingual cusps are a bit high. Let's see. Yeah. So I'm going to bring these down. Nice and easy. The morph brush is your friend. It's a huge way to make quick adjustments in a big radius. It's nice and controllable and consistent. I'm not going to go crazy here, but let's maybe smooth this out a bit. Cool. Let this go. While this is going, let's take a look at our inlay. Any questions coming? Oh, okay.
No questions.
Everyone's quiet.
Mm-hmm. I see more folks joining now, so maybe we'll do another case after this.
For sure, yeah. I brought plenty. All right. So we have our inlay margin. Definitely need to make some edits here. It's one of those tricky subgingival margins, MOD inlay. Not too bad. Yeah, I'm good here. Yeah, okay, cool. I'll let this go. Cool. Well, while this is going, there's going to be a big update tonight or tomorrow on Studio. It's been about a month since our last update. We have huge improvements to the rest of the brush tools. We recently improved Morph and Smooth, but we have Add, Remove, and Flatten getting a complete redesign. We've removed Save, and we've removed the traditional minimum thickness. It's a full-fledged cloud software. It's automatically saving your changes. It makes the review step very fast. I'm really excited to bring it forward. It's like our longest delay since doing an update I think since we started the software. So I'm really looking forward to this update. And it sets the stage for the next update, maybe a few weeks after that, where we finally have the often requested multi-unit coming forward. Along with that update will be automatic intersection handling. Right now, the number one edit that you really have to do, in my opinion, in Studio is just checking your contacts. The way that the AI is set up right now is we often have intersections of some kind, either on the proximal or occlusal contact. The heat map makes it easy. Just take a look at it. But that will be addressed in the next major update after tomorrow.
So I see a couple of more folks join. I mean, for the ones that joined later, let me give you an overview of your doing. We've reached out to our Midas community, asking them what type of questions they have, how we can support you better, and it appears most of the questions are related to design and finishing. That's why we're having these two Midas Live webinars, one today about Studio and cloud design and all the design options that our Midas users have. And next Thursday, same time, Mina will be covering the clinical workflows. By the way, Mark, we have some questions in the chat. Should we take those questions?
Yeah, sure.
All right, first one. Hey, Mark, great progress. What's the ballpark time to generate a single posterior like the example shown? It's from Chris Cabot.
Hey, Chris, thank you. I would say for the most part, on an average case, let's say, the margin load is in the realm of 30 seconds. And there's more to it than just the margin. There's a lot of AI processes that are happening, but that margin load usually is about 30 seconds. And then once you've confirmed the margin, the load from margin to getting the restoration, it varies. I would say average is 30 to 45 seconds. Different factors can make it take longer or shorter, but in terms of waiting time, in the realm of a minute, maybe a minute and a half. The rest of it's up to you. I definitely can get through the demo cases that I've done thousands of times at this point in under 3 minutes for sure. But that's not, it definitely under 5 minutes for any case at this point is no question at all. Yeah.
We've got another question. When we'll be able to do anterior crowns ourselves?
Well, honestly, that does not come up too often. AI is a summary of big data, and we don't have a ton of data on anterior crowns because people aren't really printing anterior crowns too often. They're doing veneers or bridges, other treatments like that. So I guess to put it simply, we need to get more usage on anterior crown design and cloud design, basically. It's a work in progress. There are ways for us to move forward on that, but simply put, it's not easy, and there's not enough interest in it right now. But it is something that we are working towards. But I could not give a timeline right now. At the very least, 6 months for sure. I mean, almost definitely a year or more. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
However, I would like to add that we do have anterior crown through 3Shape. So both in Studio and cloud design, we have AI crown supported by 3Shape, and that allows all teeth. We've got another question. Can you elaborate on the preferences for AI design for contacts and occlusion?
Yes. So For contacts and occlusion, right now, there's a difference between crown and inlay. Crown is doing what it's trying to do is give you close contact. It's trying to avoid intersections, and it's also trying to avoid ugly deformations, basically. As a result, I find it often that there's heavy contact for crown, and there's no preferences for it yet. That is coming. Like in the update where we bring in multi-unit, there will be like a way to have some control over that. For inlay, it's purely based on the prep and on the margin. There's not a lot of room for us to control like contacts for that just yet. Work in progress. I think that we'll also have that during multi-unit, but there's a chance that we don't. But yeah, I mean, in short, like I break it down as if you're polishing, you're going to be removing material, so you want tighter contact. If you're glazing, you're adding material, so you want less contact. And I would just use the heat map as your guide right now. It really depends on your workflow. Yeah. Cool. Well, let's hop back over onto this real quick. Okay. So this was our inlay that came in, and I mean, I have an open distal contact here, but I want to show like this. This adjacent tooth is it's not prepped, but is hit by the burr or scan issue, something like that. Oops. Something I'd like to do, like with a case like this, is just add in the grooves that everyone, all the patients hate in actuality, but it's for the gram. Easy to add these grooves, but this tool again is getting a huge update tonight. Otherwise, if I want to bring out this contact, I'm going to turn on the heat map, and let's actually just view like this. A little bit too much. I'm not a Mac guy. Let's see where we're at. Oops. Yeah, cool. I don't want to go crazy with it. I mean, this is like I said, it's like a prep tooth over there. So let this save. Anything else pop up? Let's see. Looking for splint bicuspids in Midas. Yeah, bridge is something that we're working towards. I think it will be some time before we get there. Richard says, looking to splint 2 bicuspids in Midas. Is that in the next update? Definitely not. I would say at the earliest you'd see that in summer next year. Yeah, but we're definitely working towards more features like that. Absolutely. Shao, anatomy of the adjacent composite restoration. Yeah. Kevin, in a recent update, the adapted restoration feature was removed. Move, scale, rotate. Is there a workaround or a way to get this feature back if the workflow is preferred? So we got rid of that because it was not functioning in the way that we had intended. We are bringing a gimbal tool back to that the review step. Think like Sarek. But for right now, no, there's not a way to do that. The best way to do that would be with the morph brush. That's how you're going to get your big strokes of movement like you would get from the gimbal. It was causing issues with how we stitched to the margin, and it caused a lot of bugs. So we got rid of it. Yeah.
We have a comment about anterior crowns requiring a lot of supports to print correctly. We understand that, and we're always optimizing our supports. Like, trust me, every single week, we're challenging our team to minimize the supports while maintaining the reliability. It's a continuous improvement that's always happening. Another comment or question asking when the software can do veneers and for free.
Yeah, that's a good joke. So for free, I don't know about that. Veneers, it's a very slow work in progress. To give you an idea, first would be smile design, then would be veneers. They're definitely in progress, but I think that that's something that we would look towards the second half of next year at this point. Yeah.
In the meantime, we have veneers in cloud design. You can use that. We have signature designers that will turn around in 24 hours.
With the smile design too. Yeah.
Another question from Mina: how far away is AutoCAD contacts?
So yeah, it's not far. The update that for anyone who missed it, there's going to be an update either tonight or tomorrow where we're adding a lot of new features and changing the workflow slightly. The next major update after that will be multi-unit with like auto adapt for contacts. It's a pretty novel way that we're attacking this problem. Automatic adaptation was a slider in our software over a year ago. We started with it, but it's not easy to do with AI. Of course, there's like algorithmic ways to do it, but we wanted to try something different. I have a lot of confidence in this new path that we're taking with the next major update. So I would say absolutely before the end of August. There's no question at all. Likely early August, though. Yeah. This laptop might die. Sean, lately, if I try to push the limits and I don't support heavily, I've had more failures than before. Is that about printing? It must be. Yeah, yeah.
I think it's talking about printing. Yeah, let's work together. I need to know more about the issue and examples. You have our phone number. Let's connect and go over your case.
Show us the full color. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do a color scan. It's a good call. I'll just. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Okay. I'm not a Mac guy. I don't know. Okay. Cool.
So Mark, as you're going through this case, we have another ask to go over the features again and asking if there's a course for Studio. Maybe let's slow down and give a tour of the features in this case.
Sure. Yeah. It's pretty straightforward. The stepper on the bottom is your guide. First, you'll set up the case. It's picking the patient, picking the treatment, uploading the scans, picking the tooth. Then we'll bring you to the margin. You're just confirming the margin, hopefully, or if you need to make edits to the margin. Then the next step is looking at your restoration. At that point, if you need to edit the contacts or edit the anatomy at all, using the brush tools is the way to make your changes. And once it's all set, you're just sending it off to your printer. So we'll go through all the steps right here. So we've got these color scans that came in. They look nice. Let's go ahead and this time I'll just draw the margin line. This is a really good example of when we want to have color scans. Cool. Okay. So this is a subgingival margin with lots of saliva down there. This is not the easiest case. I can see why the AI didn't love this setup, but I'm pretty good with this here. Of course, I'm thinking about angle of insertion and undercuts and things like that. We do show it, and we will be bringing back the angle of insertion editing, but for now, we haven't really needed it too much, at least. I'll leave it like this. Yeah, cool. I'm good here.
So while this is loading, regarding the question about training for Studio, we have some really excited news to share. We're working with Mod Institute. Dr. Wally Renee is creating a whole course about Midas, like from A to Z, and it will be free for Midas users. Wait for it. It's going to be available very soon.
Awesome. So we have our restoration at this point, right? So it did a pretty good job keeping that barrel. I think we could have done a little bit better, but overall, I'm pretty happy with this anatomy. Looking at the case, I mean, the dentition is a bit worn everywhere else, so I'm definitely going to handle some of these grooves here. I'm also going to turn on the heat map. This case is fun for me. It's a bit of an outlier. This is actually the patient's bite. I won't go into HIPAA, but it's a situation. So this is a strong feature that we have where we didn't force occlusal contact where we didn't need it because it's not appropriate here. But like I said, I'm going to smooth this out a little bit. Let's dial this back. And we're good here. Yep. And if you ever get into a case and there's like very heavy contact, which I'm basically defining as like orange or worse on the heat map, I automatically turn on the heat map and I set your working scan to like 50% opacity so that you can see like where is their intersection, where is their contact, what needs addressing. That's pretty much your main job here as the user is, confirm the margin, confirm the contacts, make any changes to the anatomy you may want to make. Let's put a central fissure in here that's a little bit deeper.
We have a comment from Mina. He's saying, Mark, my mission at SprintRay is to make you a Mac guy.
I mean, I do have an iPhone and an Apple Watch and an iPad and stuff, but yeah, not a MacBook. Yeah, good luck. That's a tough mission.
Another comment by Mina. He's been watching the mod course, and honestly, it's one of the best they've ever built. It's phenomenal, and I've been watching it too. It's really incredible.
Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about this feature here. This will be gone in the new update, but while it's here, we might as well talk about it. So what happened is I did some brush edits, and it didn't like the minimum thickness that we had. And as a result, it's added some additional thickness down here at the border, but I know I don't need that thickness. So I'm actually going to click the unfix design, but it's really just showing you like with the minimum thickness fix and without it. And if you want to like hide the blue areas, you can just like see it like that. So this is how we've been handling minimum thickness this whole time. This won't be like this very soon. But so we have our crown, and I'm good with this. So I'm going to send it to Rayware. Now at this point, you should have a Midas connected. And so, if you already have a print job, great. If you don't have a print job started, you can click a new print job. Or you can go right to your Midas and go to create a job using our new feature called Autoprint. And I mean, I would say it's honestly probably one of my most favorite features that we've ever made as a company so far. It is truly incredible. Like seeing people's eyes light up when they see me, get to this point in the demo, close my laptop down, go to the Midas and build the whole job right there. It makes delegation a whole new level for sure. But so nice and simple. We've auto-oriented, auto-supported, made sure it's nice and centered on the build platform. And now at this point, I could start the print, send it to my Midas, but pretty straightforward. Yeah. Let's see if any other questions came in.
Just one last question about the ATA on the mod course. We plan on releasing the course in Q3, so we're almost there.
Nice.
This was another comment from Dr. Xiao. Giving the material property of printed restoration, we notice minimal thickness of restoration, especially on actual surface, is not quite as critical as ceramic restoration. This goes well for conservative dentistry and partial coverage restorations.
Absolutely, yeah. Do we have any other comments on LinkedIn or YouTube? No, okay.
No more comments there, so let's jump into cloud design.
Yes,
We wanted to cover a couple of other design options that you all have access to. So going back to SprintRay dashboard, here you see the cloud design tab. If you click on new treatment and select our patients, we're going to select our beloved CEO, Amir. And I'll give you an overview of a couple of design options we have that are relevant to Midas users. One is called cemented restorations. So in this treatment, you can choose a rush design for as quick as 30 minutes. And we offer a crown, inlay, onlay, shell temp, bridge, and Maryland bridge. You might be wondering if you can print bridges with Midas. Not yet, but you will be able to print soon. We'll have a multi-unit capsule that allows multi-unit bridges to be printed. With Maryland bridge, we have lots of users that are already printing Maryland bridges with the single unit capsule, but they figured out how to fit it into the capsule. So that's our cemented restoration treatment. The next one is implant restorations. On implant restorations, same deal. You have rush design option for 30 minutes, and you have implant crown, implant shell temp, and implant bridges. The other treatment we have is veneers. That's the one we talked about earlier. You can choose between no prep and prep veneers. One thing I love about Midas is that you can print really thin veneers, like as thin as 200 microns, without compromising on mechanical properties. And here you can choose a variety of different smile design options and let our designers do their magic. You might be wondering, what else can I do? I've got my Midas and I'm using SprintRay. Is there anything else I can do, like guards, clear aligners, retainers? I've got some good news there as well. So we have a service called print service, or print and ship. So if you choose any of these forms, like let's say I'm going to be selecting AI retainer, you can select the print and ship option, and we will print and ship to you. Same with aligners. We have complimentary treatment planning, but after you finish the treatment planning, you can choose which trays would be sent to SprintRay for print and ship. So your Midas is ideal for restorations, but there's a lot more you can do within the SprintRay platform. Let's take a look at chat to see if there's any other questions. Maybe some comments from Mina and Dr. Shao.
Big thing to keep in this is from Mina. Big thing to keep in mind with resin-based ceramics, fracture toughness is the key, not flexural strength like we've been used to focusing on. Absolutely. Look at Onyx Tough. Glass ceramics crack and fail. Resins do not behave that way, so flexural strength is most important. When bonded, we have more freedom and the ability to push the envelope with thickness minimums, especially when we're talking about margins. We can print margins that you could never even dream of milling, even on your slowest mill setting ever. You'll break 300 burrs trying to set up some of these margins or chip the margin. Yeah. Shao, capsule dimensions, anything you can fit within that space can be printed? Yeah, of course, including dies.
Yeah. Okay, question about how much are retainers and aligners. So I'll take you to the retainer form. As you see, for retainers, design is complimentary, so you only pay $70 for print and ship. For aligners, we charge $25 per tray, which is a pretty competitive price. All right, I think we answered all the questions. Thanks everyone for being with us today.
Awesome. Yeah.
And we're going to do this again next Thursday, same time with Dr. Mina. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks, everyone.